We've got all these wars, rumors of war going on. Israel, Iran, Israel, Hamas, Ukraine, Russia, China, Taiwan. The draft is kicking around again. They're going to start the draft up. A lot of people forget that they released a tweet over a year ago about the draft. They give you little warnings ahead of time, right, about the draft. I have children of the age that can be drafted. Will a lot of people go to the draft? Will they go? Probably not. And what is something that we kind of need to happen? Well, who remembers 9/11? What happened immediately after 9/11? Patriotism. All of the United States came together, right? One singular enemy. Everybody was all out for that one enemy, right? That hasn't happened in a while. Everybody knows nobody's liking the government. Nobody's liking what's going on anywhere, right? So could we expect to see something like an event like that to happen again? It is possible. It is. It is possible. Because you got all this stuff going on. Military recruitment's down, right? They know if they initiate the draft, a lot of people's not going to go. Also, you got people thinking, well, I'm not draftable. I smoke weed. They won't put me in the military, right? You do realize they'll draft you, put you somewhere for a month, 2 months, 90 days until you clean out and you pee clean, right? And then they put you through boot camp. And then you're in the military. They've got to have something to happen to get support back behind America, right? For that patriotism. Patriotism. It's not here anymore. It's not. Patriotism is gone. I mean, how can you be patriotic when your borders are wide open? When every day thousands, tens of thousands of people are coming across the border and we're saying, hey, can we do something about this? And the government's saying, no, everything's fine. Now we're starting to hear reports that maybe they're going to be allowed to vote. Guys, I would expect some kind of event to happen to try to get Americans back behind America, right? I expect some event like that to happen. When's it going to happen? I don't know. Is it going to be the scale of 9/11? I don't know. Now you got this Iran-Israel stuff going on. Iran's telling the United States, stay out of this. This has nothing to do with you. And you got Biden saying, don't. Stern, firm, don't. And they did it anyways, right? How is Israel going to respond to this attack? I've said countless times before, this stuff is all pre-planned, pre-staged. You do not tell your enemy a week in advance, we're going to hit you on this date. More than likely what happened was Iran said, this is what we're going to send. This is our targets that we're sending them to. And everybody sat back and said, all right, that's agreeable. We'll shoot them down and we'll let a couple get through, right? So then we can retaliate until somebody says, I'm not taking these deals no more, we're working. Somebody today asked me, well, do you think that, Israel will be allowed to fly across certain countries' airspace? And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, if they're offered enough money, they'll let them go through there, won't they? But guys, the draft, if it comes back up and they start drafting, I see a lot of people refusing to go to the draft. I see a lot of people that's going to say they have some kind of medical condition or some type of drug addiction that prevents them from going into the draft. A drug addiction will not keep you from it. I know a lot of people that claim, well, I smoke weed, they'll never let me in the military. They will put you somewhere and dry you out and then put you in the military, right? And what's that going to cost in the long run if they start to draft up? More taxpayer dollars. And you're saying, well, how? They're going to have mental problems from the military service that they're in, right? And then we're going to have to take care of them. This is all setting up to be something huge. When is it going to happen? I don't know. But it looks like everything's speeding up, right? One thing that's really, really honestly making me a little like, what is going on here is how all these countries, they'll get hit and then it'll take them days, weeks, months to retaliate, right? But then the United States comes out and said they knew Iran was going to do this or do that. See, if they know, then they're being told. That means everybody's in on this together, right? Everybody's in on this together. Now, can you imagine sending your kids to fight a war for this government that we've got right now? No. What's one way that could get you more patriotic, right? We need an enemy. We need an enemy to attack the United States, right? Well, if we have an enemy that attacks the United States, patriotism's going to come back. People's going to be more willing to go fight them other people, right? That's the way they think. I'm not saying that's right, but that's the way the government thinks. If we have one sole enemy that has done something to us here on our soil, then more people will stand behind us and be willing to go defend our country, right? Over in the Middle East, my theory on it is stay out of it. It's none of our business. Of course, you're going to have people say the Bible says you must protect Israel. Stay out of it. This is their problem. And like I said yesterday, we fund Israel. Without our money, our weapons, Israel can't defend itself, right? Iran, we sent them money. Look what they're able to do now, right? Guys, eventually all these deals on the table, they're going to fall apart. Nobody's going to be willing to go along with the deal. And that's when war starts. That's when the draft starts. But I expect before that to happen, some type of major event to happen in the United States to get us focused on an enemy. Could it be Russia? Could it be Iran? I'm going to throw a curveball here. Could it be both of them? Let's throw Taiwan and China in there. Could it be China? We have an enemy in China. We have an enemy in Russia. We have an enemy in Iran, right? What if all three of them countries did something, right, in the United States? Then a lot of people are going to jump on the bandwagon, let's protect America. They know this. The government knows this. The government knows this. Those are the type of people who one day is for a politician, right? They're 100% for this politician. They're for their governor, 100%. We have gun rights. We're the greatest greatest state in the country. A couple weeks go by, that governor does something they don't like, they jump ship, right? Oh, this governor's the worst. We see it here in Alabama all the time with Governor Ivy. If she's doing something for you, everybody's behind her. She's the greatest. She does something you don't agree with, she's the worst. And then they'll do something better. That's the way this is going to set up. We've got to have an enemy that everyone is focused on. We've got to have patriotism in America again. And the government is sitting back like, we're going to let something happen for us to get back on track here. Meanwhile, guess what? That national debt just keeps going up, and up, right? There is no way to pay this national debt off. There is no way in the world to pay this national debt off. They know this. They just keep racking it up every day, right? Just keep adding money to the debt. We've said before, if me and you ran a business like that, we would get nowhere. We would get nowhere. But our government thinks it's perfectly fine to send all these people money, right? And refuse to help the American citizens. Refuse to help them. They'll give, illegal immigrants housing, money, phones, jobs, but will not help the homeless here in America. You know why? A lot of people don't like it when I say this. The vast majority of people look at people that are homeless, American citizens that looks at other people that are homeless, that it's their fault that they're homeless. They're either a drug addict or drunk, they had some kind of issue. It's their fault they're homeless. That's the way a lot of people look at that, and that's why you don't see a lot of help for the homeless here in America. You don't, because it's in your subconscious that they did that to themselves, right? And then you have so many people willing to help these illegal immigrants that come over here because they're trying to flee something, right? They're trying to get away from oppression or make a living to support their family. Got a little off track there. Some people don't like it when I get off track, but the draft, will it come back? More than likely it will. Will a lot of people go willingly into the draft? Probably not. I always tell you, remember your history. Read back. Go watch old videos. Read books about the draft towards the end of the Vietnam War. Look what was going on there. That would be multiplied greatly if something like that was to be initiated now. But what's one way can they get around the draft? They need an attack on American soil from an enemy. That will get patriotism back. That'll get their recruitments back up. People will be like, hey, they attacked us, we need to go take care of this, right? That's what we're going to see happen. When's it going to happen? I don't know. I can't say it here. I don't have the insider information that a lot of other people have that can tell you exactly what's going on. I'm not privileged to that information. That's just the way it looks like to me, what they're trying to set up here. We were warned about cyber attacks months ago, a year ago, about ongoing cyber attacks, how they were going to ramp up, and our enemy at that time was Russia, right? Who remembers before Russia invaded Ukraine? What did everybody keep screaming? Russia interference in our elections. Russian interference. They were setting the stage up then to get to where they are now, right? A lot of people forget these sanctions that we put on countries, it don't hurt them. It does not hurt them. Everybody's all the time, well, the stock market's going to crash. The stock market's going to crash. Guys, the stock market has built-in stops. I believe there's 3 of them. Once it hits a percentage, they stop for a little while. They start back, they stop for a little while. If it hits that third stop, they shut down for a day. They shut it down. They quit trading right then to prevent the crash. A lot of people think the stock market's crashing when it's at 35 and it drops to 33. That's a crash. People forget that at the first of 2020, the stock market dropped down into the 17s, even lower. People forget that. People have short attention spans. It's just the way it is now. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. Protect yourself and your family at all times. At that moment, you're the only person that can do it. I see something coming as far as we're probably going to have an attack on our soil here soon. That's the way it's looking. Too much craziness going on in the world. Comment on it. Share this video. Like it. Let me know your thoughts on it. I may be completely wrong. I have been before. Stay safe. Keep prepping.